So good morning, everyone. This is SMP5 Business Process Outsourcing 2. So this is just an overview and a little update of what has been happening in the BPO industry. So as we start, welcome to Business Process Outsourcing 2. Actually, there are various instructors teaching this subject, including me. So I'm handling 3 sections, A, B, and E. So for guidelines for everybody's information, this is our grading system. So technically, as you can see in your screen, everything is given 25%. So you don't need only to excel in major exam or quizzes, but you have to excel in everything because everything is given equal value. So quizzes 25%, activities and assignment. Timeliness, you might ask what timeliness is. So when we were in the old normal, this is more on the attendance. However, we are online and then asynchronous. So timeliness is your submission of activities, of assignments, of taking the quiz on time. So if you are always late in submitting all your activities, then one way or the other, you will get no point from it. Okay? So if you are always prompt in submission, then you will have a perfect 25%. And of course, major exam, midterm and final. So let's just see what we can do. But technically, everything is given 25%. So activities, we have group and individual activities for this course. So the objective. So this is an overall objective of SMP5. So first is conceptualize organization as compendiums of process, analyze business operations as process and understand their value contribution to business performance, improve process definition and efficiency by the application of process documentation, modeling, and quantitative analysis method. Understand the basic process operations management, process improvement methodology, and core concept of quality. So recognize interdependencies of business process across organizational boundaries, and of course, identify the role and value add of information technology to the business process efficiency management. So if you remember SMP4, Business Process Outsourcing 1, it was being discussed. I hope you still remember and was part of your discussion. Hopefully. You are introduced to business process outsourcing, right? We have topics on the types of the strategies in outsourcing, like crowdsourcing, multi-sourcing, offshore, nearshores, and the likes. And then we have the legality, the legal requirements before you enter into a contract, into an IT-BPM contract, or before you look for someone else's to do a non-core function of your organization. Diba? You are not going to outsource what you do best, but you are only going to outsource activities that is not a core activity of an organization or a business. And then I believe module 4 is now touches on operations management. What are the technicalities in operations? You are also introduced in quality management. And then quality management system was also introduced. And then I think module 5 and module 6, you are introduced on business continuity plan. So how are you going to still provide business with excellent quality to your clientele despite now we have the pandemic, despite natural disasters that we are not in control of. So that was being discussed. So here in in BPO 2 or SMP 5, we are tackling more on how to use quality measures, quality tools introduced to quality standards recognized internationally. And of course, we have also our local quality standards in the Philippines, so that the business is going to be recognized, not only recognized, but do their job in such a manner that customers will be satisfied. So here we are more on the operations of the business. We have you're going to solve problem, introduce to root cause analysis, fishbone diagram, among others, and then quality management system as well. And then you are going to be involved in making a project plan with your group mates and the likes, or some are even done individually. So that is just a glimpse of what is BPO2 all about. So these are the topics. I think I mentioned most of this a while ago already. So overview of business process, the QMS and QMS measures, the basic quality tools, project management, and then planning process with Gantt chart. Actually, this planning process with Gantt chart is really, really important, especially when you're making your feasibility study or any plans that you're trying to do in the future. This is actually very, very important. So that is just the overview. So BPO updates. This is actually the latest. You can actually click, if it can be clicked, the slide after this, the last, second to the last slide, there's a link that connotes to the, pertains to this. So according to IT Business Process Association of the Philippines, or IBPOP, President and CEO Ray Ontal, the Philippine BPO, IT and shared service industry miss a 120 billion opportunity in this year. So this year. The factor includes the global slowdown due to the pandemic, business disruption of key service points in the West, and investment plans toward the Philippines being halted due to the uncertain economic situation. I think we are not the only one affected with this, but technically everybody in this world. Local factors include the lockdown, which was mandated by the government. The lockdown is among the world's lengthiest lockdown that spans from March, and it gradually eased up on July. This is this year. The result is trying to contain the infection, of course, through the lockdown. Was that the economy contracted as business closed, and even most of the resilient conglomerate and IT companies have hosted operating losses. So unlike in the early months of 2020, where COVID took us by the surprise, 2021, as they said, has a more stable and optimistic outlook as the business world and the BPO and shared services are better equipped to stabilize and adapt to a new working environment. So technically, even if they were surprised, or everybody is actually surprised with the attack of the pandemic or the virus, but they have already eased up to it. So better healthcare protocols in the workplace, equipping employees with knowledge and protective equipment, flexible working schedules. We are now have work from home and alternative working schedules or skeletal workforce, on-site and off-site delegation of teams, and a recalibrated growth projection now that the pandemic has been factored in. And in Inquirer.net on September 19, 2021, BPO were able to continue with their businesses by having up to 70% of their employees work from home during strict quarantine periods. So even in the locality, some BPO companies provide laptops and desktops and their software, and even give internet allowances to those individuals working from home. Untal said that during the first and second quarter of this year, BPOs thrive with more companies expanding their operation and new ones investing in the country. So this is actually good. We anticipate that the growth for the BPO sector for this year will be anywhere between 5% and maybe 6%. Untal said a recent survey also showed that up to 87% of BPO country heads predicted 5% to 17% growth this year. Let's just hope for that. I just hope for that though. So these are some of the current issues and updates of the BPO industry. So let's just go back a little bit. So defining outsourcing. I believe everybody under this class already knows this because this was the first assignment, I believe, given by your instructor during your SMP4. So outsourcing is a business practice of hiring a party outside the company to perform services and create goods that traditionally were performed in-house by the company's own employees and staff. And guys, outsourcing is not actually a uncommon word. We have been outsourcing ever since. Why? We don't make our own clothes. We don't make our own food. And among other things that we have right now, right? Your gadgets, your everything that you have, your food, clothes, the basics. Or if you're building a house, you don't make your own lumber. You don't make your own, make your own metals, your nails. So we have been outsourcing. It's just that the word outsourcing is just coined in the 21st century, or I believe President Fidel V. Ramos started inviting companies to outsource some of their services in the country way back. So, and it has been doing up until now, and you can Google it up. There are about 700 companies in the Philippines that are serving clients or has been outsourced. So daghan kayo. And then the outsourcing industry or the BPO industry also provides employments, a very huge chunk of employment in our country. So that's the positive side of outsourcing. And then BPO is a method of subcontracting various business-related operations to third-party vendors. So you already know this. This is just a recap. Well, if, of course, nakaadto man jud mo sa Norso kay mga gulang-gulang naman mo, no? Kaabot pa mo sa old normal. Our security guard in our main gates and the gates of Norso, they are being outsourced, subcontract, especially the blue guard. Atong uniform kaayo. And then our janitors and janitresses, so they are being outsourced. So agencies actually are outsourcing companies. So, sila man ang third-party vendors. They provide us with the services we need. Kana pod ato ang sa food court katong dito sa IT Depit. Kato sila gi-outsource po to sila kay dili man ang Norso ang nagbaligya, but other people doing it to serve us with food. So, muna siya. Sample lang. So, that's the end of my discussion on the overview of BPO. But before I'm gonna end, you are already in the 4th year and you are expected to graduate. Let's just hope for that though. Yeah. Hope for the better. So for this time, I believe you are now more responsible. You have already adapted to the trends of online class or asynchronous online class. For my class, I have classes on Saturdays and I think 5 to 6 p.m. on MWF. So in order to have a consensus and to make delay excuses, I will post assignments, quizzes, due dates on a Sunday. Quizzes, assignments maybe and the likes on a Sunday para walay excuse nga dili maka-comply, and then I'll give you ample of time to do it. For this time, I'm not going to be lenient with you guys. Like I said, expectation hurts, but I will expect a lot from you because you are already on your last 2 semesters and you will be graduate. This is now your time to excel being responsible student. Yes, I know na ay uban nag part-time, nagtrabaho ang uban sa BPO kay para makatabang sa pamilya tungod na ning pandemic. But still, no one forces you, or probably circumstances forces you, but no one forces you to go to school at the same time work, right? I've been there. No one forces me to go to school again, but I did it anyway because I want to, because it's for my growth. And for you, you did that to help your family, to help you grow as well as an individual. But you enrolled. Once you enrolled, you signed up a contract. And when you sign up a contract, you are obliged and held responsible to comply what is being asked of the contract. So no INCs, it's either you pass or fail this subject. Because for me, you are already a consenting adult, knows how to make your own decisions. So better make a good one to comply with all your with all the requirements you are going to have, and take responsibilities of your actions. I'm not changing anything, like kung mag-exam ka ng adlaw, then ma-exam ka ng adlaw. Kung late ka, then late ka. So be it. Ibutang na nagay akong Sunday kay para wala excuse. Kung na kay trabaho, then make arrangement about it. Ako na nang gibutang og Sunday para wala na problema. Okay? So that will be all. Thank you and have a good day.